In this video, I'm going to explain to you why owning a £200,000 property could cost you over £1 million. If you want to make money, property is probably the last thing you should do. Welcome to Wealth Fund 21, a channel that's dedicated towards helping adults take control of their finances and secure their financial future. In the UK, property is seen as a safe investment. As you buy it, it grows over time, and you can add value as you build equity into it. Now, most of our parents probably bought property, and they'll say that it's the best investment they ever made. But I'm here to tell you that it's not, and why they're wrong. Looking at 2025 data, we can see that the average house price in the UK sits at roughly £290,000. Over the last 20 years, house prices have increased on average 4.5% a year from 2005, where they sat at around £150,000. Now, for homeowners who have already bought, this is great. They've seen 4.5% return on investment every year. However, we need to factor in costs such as bills, maintenance, fees. Maintenance fees make up 1% of the total cost of a house. So if you've got a £200,000 property, you can expect around £2,000 to go on maintenance. My friend has recently bought a property, and I wanted to use this example to showcase how buying a property, if you're looking, might not be the best investment compared to other avenues to build wealth. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to compare my friend's purchase of the house, mortgage costs, and how he invested that into something different. So my friend's house is valued at £215,000. He put down £15,000 as a deposit, which is roughly around 7%. And his fees came to buying the house at around £1,500. So all in, he's paid £16,500 to buy the property. Now, because he's a first-time buyer, he doesn't have to pay stamp duty on this home, which is great as he saves some money. So over the course of his 25-year mortgage, if interest rates don't change and he pays 4.5% a year, my friend is going to pay back £358,373. It's quite a lot. As we know, house prices have increased over the last 25 years. Since 2005, they've increased 95% alone. Now, let's say we use this example for my friend. Over the next 25 years, they're going to increase 95%. My friend's house to them will be worth £420,250. Now, if we minus how much my friend has paid to buy that property, which is £358,000, he's made or built into the property £61,877 worth of profit over the last 25 years. For context, that's just shy of £2,500 a year. What we're going to do now is we're going to compare if my friend had invested in stocks and shares, how much money he would have created versus buying that home. So over the last 30 years, the S&P has returned on average 11% a year. So that's going to be our benchmark for when investing. Now, we can't predict the future, but we can guess. So we're going to say if my friend had invested the same amount of money into the S&P, it would have grown at 11% a year. So my friend is going to invest in the American stock market, the S&P 500, and his principal that he's going to put down is £16,500. Every month, he's then going to put in £1,195. Now, granted, he will be living with his parents for the next 25 years. However, at the end, providing that we stick to 11% compounded interest, my friend's portfolio would be estimated to be worth over £1,200,000. Now, I understand that most individuals that are looking to buy a home don't want to live with their parents or can't live with their parents for the next 25 years. But there is a solution. What if you delayed buying a home for 8 years? So if we use the same example, we've got £16,500 and we invest £1,195 every single month into the S&P for the next 8 years, what can we expect our returns to look like? Over the course of the 8 years, you would have £16,500 to start, £114,720 of your own deposited money, and you would have earned £85,433 in interest. So that means you've got a grand total of £216,000 that could be put towards a house. Now, if you were going to buy that same house, obviously the price has probably gone up. So we're going to use that 4.5%, which means that your house is currently worth £300,000. As we know, he's got a total of £216,000 towards his new £300,000 property. He's put in £114,720 of his own money, and he's now going to take out an £84,000 loan to buy the property. So instead of the larger loan across a 25-year period costing him £358,000, he's now going to pay £1,167 every single month for 7 years. Now, the first way takes 25 years. Get a mortgage, pay it off over 25 years. The second way takes 15 years and actually saves over £146,000 over the term because your mortgage payments are so much lower. Now, some of you watching this video will have already bought your house. You'll be paying off your mortgage and you might be 10 years or 15 years into your term. But don't worry, because there's another avenue that you can go down to actually release funds towards investing. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't claim to be one. Please seek financial advice. I'm just some guy on YouTube. However, what you can look at is refinancing. I'm only going to briefly touch on refinancing because it's a really tricky world and there's so many different avenues. However, it's a way that you can draw cash out of your property tax-free. You pay no tax on it because it's classed as debt. Now, to make this really simple, we're going to say that your property is worth £300,000. You've paid £100,000 off already and you have an outstanding mortgage of £200,000. You can refinance your home up to the value of £250,000, pay off your original mortgage at £200,000, leaving £50,000 over tax-free. Like I said before, the reason it's tax-free is because you're actually using debt. So you've got £50,000 in cash that you can do whatever you want with. Now, be advised, obviously your mortgage payment's going to change, so you need to factor in the costs ongoing over the next 25-year mortgage if you decide to take one out. But it's a really good, easy, quick way of raising capital when you've already got it to hand. This is used all the time by property investors. They will increase the property's value, refinance, take out that debt, and go and buy another property. Increase the value, refinance, take out the debt. This is how they grow their property portfolios really quickly. I'm not saying that you need to go out and refinance your home tomorrow. I'm just suggesting that there's a way that you can utilize that money and put it into something that might grow your finances at a faster rate. As we've seen in the last example, had my friend have bought his home 8 years later, he would be £148,000 better off and also 10 years better off. In the UK, buying a home is seen as a rite of passage. We save our money, we then invest in a home, we pay off our mortgage over the course of 25 years. Now, this video isn't for everyone. It might upset some people that already have homes, and it also might put people off buying a home. Make your own decision. If you're looking to grow wealth and make as much money as you can, buying a home for yourself is one of the worst decisions you can make. Now, I don't want this to put you off because some people will strive to buy a home because that's what makes them internally happy. For those people, I would say go and do it. Do what makes you happy. But if you want to take a few risks when you're younger or be a bit smarter with our money and delay gratification, then maybe it should be more about how can we increase our wealth and then buy that home maybe 5 or 10 years down the line. So where do you stand? Are you looking to buy a home? Are you looking to invest? Let me know in the comments and I'll answer any questions you may have. My name's David and this has been Wealth Fund 21. Thanks for watching.